Good morning. This is Susan of the North with 3 runes for the day. Just poking food for thought. The first rune I drew is in the Anglo-Saxon Futhark, the symbol IOR, the River Serpent. The River Serpent has ties to Jormungand, the world serpent, and that has ties to the Kundalini and the Ouroboros, the snake that eats its own tail. And the reason for that is that, like water, emotions are deeply felt, always flowing, and tied to the life force energy, which all of us come into life with and leave life when it's used up. It relates to prana, it relates to the breath, it relates to so much. But coming up today, when I'm using it as food for thought, to enter into awareness of our own emotional state in the present moment is one thing. To take time for reflection, recollection, and recapitulation is another thing. To free oneself of buried emotions. And why do we bury emotions? Because either in our childhood, they aren't welcomed in our family. We maybe have had a dysfunctional family, or they're uncomfortable, they're painful, and we just don't want to face them. But I have been learning through my own process of grieving my husband's absence. And I've also been reading this book, which is really useful for people who are going through grief, called Good Grief by Deborah Morris Coriel. And in it, she has talked about when we lose something, a person, a friend, a spouse, a relative, a son or a daughter, we have lost something that we place our love on. And it's today, the chapter I read suggested not looking at it that I have lost something, but that I have gained something. The loss has given me something. And I am able to step into those emotions and process all that Alan gave to me during our relationship together. And there were many good things and blessed things. So this is to take a victory out of, this is the sun, this is SOWELO, this is the lightning bolt, this is connection with the numinous and the divine. And emotions are also like gateways to connect to the divine. When I am in a strong emotion, my prayers have more power, my presence has more power, whatever that emotion is. And yet there's always the need to balance it, which comes, in my opinion, with this rune RAIDHO, which is the right rhythms of the universe. It's the beat of the universe, the heartbeat. For those of you who have like rawhide drums or sacred drums or have worked with drumming, the 1-2 heartbeat is like our own heartbeat. And when you're in a state of meditation or that trance that you can get into from drumming, it's the same as if we have the same heartbeat as the earth. When I have been in shamanic circles and the heartbeat of the drum carries us into the trance, I feel so much at one with the earth. And so this is the rhythm. You know, we are organic life on earth. The earth herself balances the polarities of the sun and the moon, and then the other planets around her. And this galaxy that we're part of is part of far greater galaxies, which is part of far greater galaxies. So it's interesting to follow the trains of thought that come out of some of these meditations, but I'll leave it with that. To go into the depths of emotion, to know yourself, to be able to process old emotions that you are clear, to be able to be present with your current emotional state is to have a power that we don't have when we're just in the intellect, because the intellect is a trap of sorts. It's conditioned. It's thinking things that may or may not be authentic to our being. And all of that needs to be sorted out. But anyway, just for today, to get deep into emotions, to process your emotions, is to have a victory of sorts, and be able to be the master of yourself and fit within the rhythms of the universe. And it's a beautiful thing to have a place to belong to. And one could just take it from there. Maybe we will one day. Anyway, I leave you with these thoughts for today. This is Susan of the North signing off.